This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
Hey everyone, Sarah Hanlon here with AndroidAppsReview.com, and today we're taking a look at Space Orbit, which is a really unique space puzzle game for Android. It's available to download from Google Play for free, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it works. Though most space games involve some sort of alien to fight or spaceships to unlock, Space Orbit is very different in that it's more of a puzzle game because you have to guide your spaceship into orbit around celestial objects without crashing into them or flying out of orbit and off the screen. Personally, this is a kind of game that I have not seen before, and I was a little skeptical at first, but I've grown to become a fan of Space Orbit mainly because it's incredibly challenging. So just to show you how the game works, go ahead and hit start, and as you can see there are 10 levels to play. First 5 levels are completely about learning how to master orbiting your spaceship around a celestial object, and next couple levels involve even landing your spaceship on planets. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, it progresses in difficulty, which is nice, mainly because the first level for me it took a ton of tries in order to pass it. So you see here you have a brief instruction screen that tells you the overall basics of Space Orbit. Basically, stay in orbit until the timer runs out, don't crash into the planet, don't fly off the screen. So over here on the left you have your control pad. Top right up here is your timer. You can select different levels, and your little spaceship is right here. And one of the things that I noticed is the joystick is super sensitive, so it's really easy to lose control. You see here you go off screen and ultimately crash. So over here on the left is your joystick. It's what you'll use to control your spaceship. Top right is your timer, and your little tiny spaceship is right over here on the side. And I'm going to show you real quick just how sensitive this joystick can be. Kind of takes a little bit to get used to. You're most likely going to fail the first level a few times just because you're trying to get used to it. But our celestial object, in this case the sun, is right here. See, as soon as you get into orbit, you have to maintain orbit, mainly by gently hitting your keypad, or your joystick I should say, and level's complete. One of the things that I do want to mention about Space Orbit is that the levels are progressive. What I mean by that is you need to complete the current level that you're on in order to unlock the next one. This is usually the case with most games like Space Orbit that have levels included, which is nice because it keeps you from jumping around all over the place and actually forces you to master the basic mechanics of the game. So just go ahead and demonstrate level 2. You can see with one level increase, you've already increased the time that you have to stay in orbit. And the game has also introduced another obstacle, which is another orbiting object that you can crash into and fail the level. So go ahead and see if we can beat this level by very carefully guiding our spaceship around the sun while avoiding the other orbiting object. Oh, unfortunately, crashed into the sun. And that's the tricky part with this game, is it's super easy to kind of get into a groove, but it's just as easy to lose control and crash your spaceship, which of course is no fun. Not the goal of the game. But it is nice because it does require a bit of finesse, and you have to be super, I don't want to say easy on the controls, but you have to have a feel for what you're doing. It's not just blindly completing levels as fast as you can. You have to have a little bit of grace with the joystick, should I say. As far as overall thoughts on Space Orbit, I think it's a really fun space game that's got a ton of potential, and even though it's super difficult, it's not impossible. You're going to fail the first level a few times while you get used to the controls, but even though it's frustrating at first, it feels really good when you master the controls and you can start confidently playing through the levels. Again, Space Orbit is available to download from Google Play for free and is designed for Android.